Hello, I am Simulated Erk, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And hopefully, we fix some of the issues that we've had during the last few episodes. So let's get straight into where we are. We are at Bathurst Regional Airport in, I was going to say Western Sydney, but you've got to go a little bit further than Western Sydney or Northwestern Sydney to get there. About 3 hours in the car from Sydney to Bathurst. It's a university town, it's a motorsport town, it's a farming town, and it's a regional centre in central western New South Wales. Simple regional airport with a couple of different runways. We're going to be taking off on runway 17. Now today, we are flying in a Jabiru. Now, in case you're not into aviation or in case you're not from Australia, you may not have heard of a Jabiru. But in its most simplest form, a Jabiru is like an Australian version of a Cessna. Very popular with flight schools and the like. This one is not default. You have to pay for it via there's a few different simulation websites, or indeed in-game in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the Microsoft Marketplace. You can get it from there. About Australian $20 dues. You get 2 different models. You get two different models, and then the interior is either steam gauge or glass cockpit. You get a variety of colour schemes. But unfortunately, and I only found that out this after I purchased it, the default aircraft by default, they can show whichever tail number or plane registration that you want. So I'll always show Victor Hotel Echo Romeo Kilo. But unfortunately, with these purchased ones, unless you know how to modify the skin yourself, you're stuck with whatever came on it. So in this case, November 70 Alpha Golf Bravo. So we're at Bathurst Regional Airport, Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel, and we tried a couple of different places and we tried a couple of different aircraft. But unfortunately, I did some experimentation with trying to record both aircraft sound and my sound and have more control over that to prevent some of the issues that we had in previous episodes, especially one with Otto and the Airbus. But those couple of episodes I had to scrap because we had no aircraft noise, and quite frankly, you want aircraft noise in a simulator, so I decided to scrap it and record it again. But it did give me some practice at least. Let's go into ready to fly mode, and we're going to go into our Jabiru. Now this one has a well, we don't want to go into the VFR map just yet. This one has steam gauges. You can also get ones with a total glass cockpit. Now, one thing about the Jabiru is that the yoke is actually shared between pilot and co-pilot. So, unlike something like the Cessna, where there's a yoke for each person, there's a yoke between 2. So effectively, you have to decide who's going to control the yoke, who has the ship, so to speak. There are throttle controls, however, on both sides. The throttle control on this, the throttle controls on this occasion are to the left-hand side of the pilot and the right-hand side against the door for the co-pilot. So in this version, the steam gauges, like I'm used to in the Cessna. I did fly a version a little bit earlier on that has the glass cockpit. Now beside us, we can use the iPad for navigation and that sort of thing. So we can use that. We probably won't do it on this flight. We're just going to do some circuits and see how we go. But fairly similar to the Cessna 152 in this case, in terms of the gauges. It seems a bit smaller than the Cessna 172 or the 152 in terms of being able to have passengers and whatnot. It just seems a bit smaller. Now, one cool thing to show you, if you have a look outside the aircraft, they've got what I'm basically going to call covers for the wheels. Now, if you go into the cockpit, down the side, on the left-hand side in that pocket, there's an iPad, or what they call a digital knee pad. And you can actually change the configuration. So, if you look outside right now, there's the covers for the wheels, which they call wheel spats. Now, I don't particularly like them, so I can deselect them and then automatically, and I'll change the prop type while I'm here. So if you go outside now, they're gone. They're gone. And you can add them again just as easily. Now, if we look outside and we look at the front view, only I'm there at the moment. Hey dude, how you doing? But what you can do, you can go inside and you can select the co-pilot, and so Otto will appear. Not only will he appear here, hey Otto, how you doing? You're not dressed in your airline uniform today. You stud muffin of a man. But if you go outside, you'll see both of us there. Now, you won't see, if you're in the cockpit, you won't see my animation, but you will see Otto. So hopefully we've got our sound issues fixed. It's a slightly different way that I have to record, slightly different workflow, and in relation to the post-production, but that's okay. It gives me more control over the audio, and it's a little bit more advanced, and so we shouldn't have any of the issues that we had on episode 10 especially. So because Bathurst is a smaller regional airport, there's no ATC, so we have to do all of our ATC ourselves. So I'm going to handle the ATC. So we're going to announce that we're going to take off and depart straight out.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel Traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo taking off runway 17 departing straight out.
Okay, so we've announced our intentions, and that's all we have to do. So we're going to throttle up. And parking brake off. Parking brake off. Parking brake off. Alright, so a little bit of rudder. So we're looking at about 50 knots. We're going down the center now, so that's good. 50 knots and rotate. And we're up and about. Okay, oh, we had our flaps down apparently. Alright, so we're going to talk to Melbourne Centre.
Melbourne Centre at Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo is type 1 miles southwest of Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel. Request flight following.
Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo Melbourne Centre. Squawk Tree 114.
Okay, so we don't have to actually do it at this stage. The
Squawk Tree 114 Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo.
Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo radar. Contact 1 mile west of Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel, 3,400 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
so we'll acknowledge that. Acknowledge that.
Copy Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo.
So what we're going to do, to the surprise of no one who knows me well, is that I'm going to try and head in direction from Bathurst Airport, which is actually in the immediate vicinity of Bathurst. I did a Google search. You have to drive in a car for about 20 minutes to get from where the airport is to actually Bathurst City Centre. And then south of the Bathurst City Centre is the Mount Panorama Racing Circuit. Now I am hoping that I'm flying in the right direction to basically head there. Oh, it appears as though I had my flaps in the correct setting, but the system told me that I had it in the wrong setting. So there was an immediate change of airspeed when that happened. So we're in the sweet spot of about 80 knots, 80, 90 knots. Just got into the green zone now, so that appears to be all good. So one thing that I'm going to show you that I learned how to do today is that if you pull up the menu at the top of the page, you can select staging based on the stage of flight that you're at, travel to. So we've already done the takeoff, we've already done the cruise, or we're in cruise. It could be even argued that we're not actually at cruise yet, but you can skip ahead. So what you can do, if you want to just practice, if you just want to practice your landings, which I really need to do, you can select approach. And it says, do you want to travel to approach? Yes, you do. So what it will do, it will teleport you to where you should roughly be for the approach. So it has put us on the approach, it has put us really, really high of the runway, and there's no way from here that we're going to be able to land. So we will go, whoops, we won't do that. We'll announce our position.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo 1 miles north 3,500 feet inbound to land runway 17.
And then we are going to announce a go around.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo going around.
Okay, so we're going to turn to the left. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that as soon as you enter the pattern, now I'm not sure if it's a setting that I've got turned on. That's a stall warning. That's I need to get out of that stall, more importantly. So we need to just settle things down before we even think about getting in the paddle, because that nose is way too high, hence the stall warning. Now we're heaps too low. So we need to stabilize. Stall warning again. Now I don't necessarily think that some of the inputs are right according to what I've actually selected. So let's just stabilize, and we'll try and push the nose down and get our wings level. Because according to my yoke, my wings should be level, but according to the instruments in front of me, they're not. So we'll reduce our throttle a bit. And we'll control our altitude using the nose. So we're flying basically straight and level now. One thing that I can do is, because we want to land, I can put our flaps down. That will automatically decrease our speed. I am having a real hard time though controlling the aircraft. Now I don't know if it's some of the auto settings that I've got set, but we are going to give it a go. Now I want to try and straighten up the aircraft to get back on the pattern. Straighten up. Our yoke position is way different to the indicated wing positions. Now that's more like it, and I know that I'm going too fast for the pattern, but we can try and Slow that down now. We do have our flaps. Okay, our flaps are down. Now it's automatically adjusting. It's automatically adjusting our flaps for us. And it's adjusting our throttle for us as well. So for this aircraft, I might have some of the wrong settings. But this is part of the struggle that, you know, if you realize that the plane is throttling too hard for what you want it to do, you can ease back on the throttle, or you can make some adjustments with the nose of the aircraft. So, and that's what I am trying to do, and it's not easy at this point. Now, ideally, we need to be around 60 knots. So if we lift the nose up a bit, that'll reduce our speed. And you see that the markers have changed to blue, so it's a little bit happier now. The speed's starting to climb again, so I can pull up again. Now, last time I was here at Bathurst in an episode that you won't see, I did one okay landing, and I did one okay landing, except it wasn't on the runway. And we're going to have to pull up from the stall. Now the vertical speed indicator is absolutely going off its head because it doesn't know. So all I'm trying to do at the moment, and this is difficult, is to get the plane level and stabilized without going into a stall. Now that angle of attack is way too much, so
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo going around.
So there's no way that we were going to land on this occasion. So I decided to call a go around, because you can always go around. So I'm going to try and rejoin the circuit. Rejoin the pattern, I should say. Now at this stage I don't care if I'm too fast for the pattern, because I'd rather be too fast, have too much airspeed compared to crashing. So I'm just trying to get the wings level. Alright, so it's happy with that, but I have to do another turn. So it just wants to pitch, it just wants to pitch up. What I could try and do in this circumstance, I can actually change the runway that I want to land on. So select the runway for landing, runway 35. So we'll announce our position now.
Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo 1 miles west 3,300 feet inbound to land runway 35.
So I've decided to change the runway in which I'm arriving to suit how I'm navigating. Now there's 35 there, so what I need to do, I need to go around, so we'll go around.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo going around.
And one of the major problems that I'm having at the moment, which is why I'm probably not going to keep using this aircraft apart from anything else, is that the positions on the yoke aren't matching the positions that I'm actually doing, aren't rather correlating. So I'm trying to get airspeed up so I can get rid of the stall warning. So I got rid of the stall warning for now. So now that we're in the pattern, we can slow it down. And it's a bit, as I said, it's a bit of a juggling act. Now the fact that I'm trying to compensate for what the wings are actually doing on the instruments compared to what I think the yoke is actually doing. Which is not easy. Now I looked it up. I'll just give a bit of throttle. Because I'm very nose up. I only purchased Microsoft Flight Simulator 10 days ago at the time of recording. I've recorded a whole heap of episodes. This will be episode 11 if everything works out. So I think this is... Oh, we really need to reduce our airspeed. So we'll announce our position again.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo 2 miles south 3,300 feet inbound to land runway 35.
Yeah, that is runway 35. Considering that I've never actually been to Bathurst Airport in real life, we are coming in way too hot, so I'm going to basically kill if I can. I'm trying to drop the nose. Oops. I'm trying to reduce the speed. We're going to have to go around.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo going around.
Actually, we may be able to get away with this.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo is on final runway 35 to land.
We're stalling. We're stalling. We're stalling. We're having so much drama. So we've landed past, we've overshot. So I've just got the brakes on. I think we can announce that we're clear of the runway.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Echo Romeo Kilo Alpha Golf Bravo is clear of the runway.
Really, I could have went around again. But we got down. We didn't damage the aircraft. Now, considering the airport that we're at, we pretty much got away with that. Not good flying practice, really. And that aircraft was so difficult to control. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go back to the main menu, and then we're going to get in what you can see on the screen. The Cessna Skyhawk, the 172. I flew that a little bit earlier. We're going to fly that at the same airport. Make sure we change the aircraft before we do anything else. Props. Now, apart from anything else, this also means that we can get our custom tail back. So we're going to fly the Cessna 172. It's actually got a lower max altitude than the 152 that we were flying before. Same amount of endurance. Range is better. And it's got a higher cruise speed. So let's select the 172. And we'll go Bathurst again. And we'll go Bathurst again. Runway 35, runway 35. So let's do that. So we will see how we go. I actually don't mind the look inside and out of this plane, the Cessna 172 that you can see on the screen. Like, I don't mind the look of the Jabiru. I didn't like some of the colour schemes that came with it, and of course I don't like the fact that I can't put my custom tail number on there. So the fact that we got that aircraft down and we didn't...
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Cessna Victor Hotel. Echo Romeo Kilo taking off runway 35 straight out departure.
Alright, so we are ready to fly. Here it is. Echo Romeo Kilo, it's back. Now we'll look outside first of all. So there it is. So there it is. It's a step up from the Cessna that we're in before. We're going to go inside. Glass cockpit. The yokes are the same what I'm used to. They're working. There is an autopilot. I was experimenting with the autopilot a little bit earlier on, and I was reasonably successful at it. So let's see if we can. We'll announce our takeoff and we'll depart straight out.
Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel traffic Cessna Victor Hotel. Echo Romeo Kilo taking off runway 35 departing straight out.
So we'll take off the park brake and we'll increase our throttle. And let's see how we go. 20, 30, 40, 50, and V1 positive rate of climb. So we're going to try and stay in line with the departure runway as we've been requested to do. So we'll tune into Melbourne Centre.
Melbourne Centre Cessna Victor Hotel. Echo Romeo Kilo is type Cessna Skyhawk 1 miles northwest of Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel. Request flight following.
Cessna Victor Hotel, Echo Romeo Kilo Melbourne Centre. Squawk 0155.
Squawk 0155 Cessna Echo Romeo Kilo.
Cessna Echo Romeo Kilo radar contact 1 mile north of Yankee Bravo Tango Hotel 3,000 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Copy Cessna Echo Romeo Kilo.
So we're going to turn around. We need to head towards the southwest. So we're basically going to straighten up the aircraft now. I might have gone too far south. So now we're going to head in, hopefully head in the direction of Bathurst City itself and the racing circuit. Now Bathurst is known as a motorsport town because of the racetrack, Yep, I can see it. I got visual on Mount Panorama at 12 o'clock. So it's known as a motorsport town. It's known as a university town. Charles Sturt University is a major one where people go to study journalism and communications. And it's also an important regional centre, about 3 hours west of Sydney. You've got other towns around or in the general area, including Orange and a little bit further on Parks, a little bit further on Dubbo. So what we should do is, if we look out the right hand window, and adjust accordingly, we can have a look. On the right hand side there is the Bathurst City Centre, and then we're heading up towards Mount Panorama, which is south of Bathurst, and it's the motor racing circuit. I can see Pitt Straight. I'll turn to head in the direction of Pitt Straight. Now this is the track where it's Australia's most popular motor racing event, apart from the Formula 1 GP that we're coming up to. Darryl Waltrip, a NASCAR driver and commentator, came to Bathurst one year, and he said that the place was an oddity, suggesting that you shouldn't be able to race cars. Shouldn't be able to race cars around what is essentially, for most days of the year, a normal road with normal speed limits, etc. But for a few weekends a year, it's a full-on racetrack. It's closed to the public, and we'll look out the front again. I'm going to cut the throttles back a bit. So directly in front, I just need to make sure that I'm at the right area. So there's some construction there. Yep, okay, yeah, okay, we're good. Okay, so coming up directly in front of us is the track. Now I'm going to do an unusual lap of Bathurst. I'm going to do a lap of Bathurst, the Mount Panorama circuit, in a Cessna 172. So I'm going to fly a little bit lower. Now on the left is an actual hotel. Yeah, okay, is an actual hotel. And then we turn left And we're coming on to Pitt Straight. What's directly underneath us is the pit buildings. And then if we fly, need a bit more airspeed than that. So if we turn around to the left, I do not want. My airspeed's too low. My airspeed's way too low. This was supposed to be a nice lap around Mount Panorama. Oh no! I basically fell out of the sky. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, so I don't know how we ended up on our wheels after that. Now that looks like a nice landing. Now, we know that wasn't a nice landing. That was horrible. I don't think you can actually call it a landing, to be quite frank. Engine not started. No kidding. Should announce that we're clear of the runway.
Yankee Echo Golf Golf traffic Cessna Victor Hotel. Echo Romeo Kilo is clear of the runway.
Yeah. So that's one way of getting to Mount Panorama, I guess. That didn't go to plan. And I don't know how, as I said, I don't know how I ended up on the wheels. Anywho, it just goes to show you how high Bathurst is above sea level. We're on the ground, and our altitude is, and I was too low, so that probably didn't help. But I'm 20 feet above sea level, and I'm quite clearly, as you can see, on the ground. Anywho, I've been Simulated Erk. You've been wonderful. Our engines aren't started. No kidding. Should we try and take off from here? What's our... Should we try and take off from here? Why not? So what do we need to start our engines? Control Shift E turns them off. Alright, we'll do a checklist. Before starting engine, pre-flight inspection check, seatbelts adjust and lock check. Electrical equipment off. Oh, Control E. Okay, so let's fire them up. Parking brakes off. Rudder to the right. No, this is not a good idea. Kill the engine. Well, that didn't go to plan either. Anywho, I'm Simulated Erk. We will see you later. Hopefully pressing this next button will go to plan. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.